Gotcha.
Actually,
Okay.
I'll most likely have to watch the video because I'm about to be in a zone where it's like dead internet, but it's fine. I'll just watch the video.
Did you see that new R6
Louis,
game?
where are you? That's gonna be
Going a
dead
while
internet.
ago? I remember what it's called.
Where I
It's like-
live, there's like zero data.
And how was I able to talk to you and Rachel the other time when I was passing your house?
Okay,
Huh?
slides are live. I'll give you guys a minute to join up.
But
It's
yeah,
my
what
Wait,
was
Xander,
that?
are you
What's
recording
that
OBS?
Yep, I'm currently recording.
I like the spatula.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's gotta flip it.
No, dude, Xander, you gotta restart the recording, man. You messed it all up. You gotta do a professional intro.
No, I
Hi,
will
guys.
in a minute, Louis.
No.
He can edit that out.
Yeah, I can
dude.
edit
No,
that
no,
out.
Edit
Louis.
it out.
No, it has to be a raw file.
No.
Raw.
What?
It has to be a raw.
That's
That's
file.
not
raw.
professional at all.
I
Has
can
to be
just
a raw
crop
file.
it.
No, it has to be raw. You have to be like, hey guys, and then if you mess up, you gotta restart. If you're on slide 10 and you mess up, you gotta restart the whole thing.
No.
Yes.
No. The whole point
Yeah,
is
he
Because
made
in
even
Rainbow,
a single
you
literature
can't
mistake.
edit, bro.
True.
whole-
Think about that.
Yeah.
the whole
in Rainbow,
point
you
is
can't
that
be
your
oh
voices will be in the video too. So
no,
like,
you can't. You're
Okay.
mid game. You can't be like, oh snap, I got shot. My bad. Let me just restart real quick. No, you
Yeah,
can't
just
edit it
out
out,
the
bro.
part where you
You gotta
Resurrect.
commit.
Or you should
Edit
show
out the
a
damage.
clip
Alright,
of
is
you
everyone
editing
ready?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
So welcome class.
Is
My
there
name
any-
is Professor Xander, and I'm here to teach you Rainbow
I'm
Sixology.
Professor Xander.
Alrighty.
Rainbow Sixology.
So for the introduction, by the end of this seminar, you will be a pro, and you will be able to 1v9 every game. Alrighty.
I have a question.
Guaranteed.
Wait,
What's your
Xander,
question?
you
No,
didn't
go
do...
back. I have a question.
What's your
Whose
question?
character's on screen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me.
I have another
I don't know.
question. You didn't do the thing where you're like, "Is everyone having a good day?" And then they say, "Yeah," and then you say, "That's I can't hear you. Is everyone having a good day?"
Yeah. So far on Rate My Teacher, you're like a
Thing, dude.
-5 right
Oh
now.
my fuck, dude.
You gotta
I'm
do
just
the
trying
SpongeBob
to
thing.
present this fucking PowerPoint.
it's
Not
banned.
allowed.
It's banned.
You gotta do
This
it
is kinda
properly.
bad.
You gotta make it entertaining for the class.
Bro, it's
Yeah, I'd
definitely-
restart if I were you.
Bruh.
Kinda cringe.
Fuck. We are never gonna get through this.
We get 2
This is
hours
our
of
night.
video.
This is our
Straight
this is
up.
our night.
I feel like my storage is gonna fill up before we finish fucking recording the video. Okay.
All right, start.
Hello, class.
Okay, wait. I gotta go pee.
Oh
Actually,
my
give me
fucking-
like 2 minutes.
Louis, I'm gonna mute
Yeah, where's
you.
the bathroom? Where's the bathroom?
It's at the back of the
okay,
classroom
sorry.
on the left.
Back of the classroom.
Instructions unclear.
Shit pants.
Teacher, can I move to the front of the class? I don't have my glasses today.
Oh, sucks.
Oh, all right.
All
I
right,
don't
come
want
on.
to see it anyways.
Okay. I am Professor Xander. I have a
Yeah.
PhD in Rainbow Sixology. And I am here to teach you the game. Okay. I already went through the first point, but by the end of this seminar, by the end of the PowerPoint, you will be a pro and be able to 1v9 every single game. Now, why should you trust me? For one, I follow Bolo on Instagram, the best R6 player to ever exist, behind me, of course. Another reason is because I've been playing the game on and off for over 4 years. I have a PhD in R6ology, and because I'm cool. Alrighty, so how does the game work exactly? Every game mode, there's a defending side and an attacking side. The defenders have to project the objective and like set up and like protect and stuff. And while the attackers have to tactically enter the building and tackle the set objective. We're gonna go over objectives in a minute. Either team will win the round regardless of the objective if the enemy team is wiped out. There are 3 types of objectives. There's bomb, which is any game mode. There's hostage, which is only in quick play, and there's secure area, which is also only in quick play. And each defender and attacker is a unique operator, each with their own unique gadgets. Attackers are not the same operators as the defenders. Everyone get that? Is everyone up to date so far?
I have
Yeah,
a question.
these are all
Yes,
things we already know.
Professor.
What's your question, Angelo?
Where does deathmatch come in play?
That is a separate game mode that came in after I took my R6 PhD. So I will create a PowerPoint once I am more
You get your
enlightened
PhD
on the
too.
subject. But for now, we're
Understood,
just
thank
going to
you.
go over quick play and ranked and unranked.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So game mode specifics. So for hostage,
Chris,
as
did
an-
you just fucking yawn?
No.
I will not tolerate that shit in my class.
Leave.
Bro,
Leave,
why do
Curtis.
people
That was
think...
Will.
Dude, why do people think I sound like Curtis?
That was
I
Will.
don't.
That
I
wasn't even
literally
me.
Bro, did you
You-
just fucking yawn?
You know what? Fuck you guys. I
No,
will leave.
no.
I'm
Need some
clearly
quiet in the
not wanted
classroom,
here, getting
please.
kicked
I am
out
trying
because
to
I
teach
didn't
here.
know. Screw you, teacher. You falsely accused your own student.
I thought you said you were
That's
gonna
me.
leave.
Okay, so for hostage, as an attacker, you must not only find the hostage, but you have to pick them up and run back outside to extract them and win. You can't be anywhere outside. There are extraction points. However, there are multiple, usually near every exit. While carrying the hostage, you can only use your pistol. The primary gun is holstered. However, you are able to put down the hostage, unholster your primary, use it, and then pick up the hostage again and keep going. If you need to, although I would not suggest doing that. The defenders must prevent this from happening and let the time run out to win. If either team's down the hostage, and emphasis on either, because both teams can injure the hostage, and both teams can lose from that. If you injure the hostage, you'll have to revive it. And yes, I call the hostage it. You can also...
Honestly,
Sometimes you will not down it. Sometimes you'll instantly kill it. So that's why you have to be careful.
I have a
Go ahead,
question.
Ryan.
hostage is the worst game mode.
Yeah, it's my least favorite. Go for it, Angelo.
When it says while carrying the hostage, you can only use your pistol. Does
Yeah.
that just mean like secondary weapon?
Yeah, your secondary weapon. So,
Oh.
for example, with Iana, one of her secondaries is like a breaching round, but it only has one ammo. That is the weapon that you'll be carrying when you have the hostage. So
Okay.
you got to be careful for that game mode.
Okay.
Wait, can you use like your grenade or something?
I'm actually not
Yeah,
sure.
can you
I
use your
think you can.
tablet?
Worst case, if you can't, you can always put the hostage down and use it.
Throw the
If you
grenade.
need to.
Didn't he- hostage is like
Why
a
would you
body
put him
shield?
down? Don't you try to keep him alive?
Well, you can like
Yeah.
let them go, and they'll sit down where you let them, so you can
What
like
is your
protect them.
what does your model actually look like when you're holding the hostage? Is it like over your back or like?
You have the like wrists in your left hand, and it's like at your waist.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
what do
off
you look
screen.
like to the enemies? Can they like shoot the hostage by accident while shooting
Yes,
at you?
yes, they can. The
Okay.
hostage is sort of
Can-
crouched, so headshots are easier. But
Right.
if they're aiming at the body or foot, there's a good chance that they'll hit the hostage. I've had it
Cool.
multiple
you-
So you
times
can
where
use the
we're-
hostage as a meat shield.
Yes, you can.
Why-
They're not.
can you-
They're not in
why-
front of you though. They're at your side. So
Why
you
is
have
there
to
a
be careful.
sim? Why is there a sim on the PowerPoint page?
Because that's the
There's
actual.
a yellow plumb bob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
the
heist-
actual
that's
logo
the-
for the hostage.
Hostage icon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
really quickly, could
Yeah.
you turn on your camera and show what the hostage looks like so we know what not to
Yeah,
shoot?
can you roleplay as the hostage and we'll roleplay
Yeah.
as the
There's
operator?
there's
I
an
just need to
image
make sure that
clearly
I-
on the PowerPoint.
Test
But it's-
scenario. Test
It's
scenario.
too cropped in.
Mob.
It's too cropped in.
Okay, I can
actually
find an
can't
image
tell.
at the end for
Wait,
you.
will there
Yo,
be a
did you-
test at the end of this?
No, there will not be. I was
Yo,
planning
did you
on
know
it, but
did you know the actual name for the Sims crystal is the plumb bob?
Why, Sean?
the test will
What?
be when we play a game after this.
Oh Jesus! I don't even have it installed, bro.
You don't have to join if you don't want to.
Everyone in this book is high on
Okay,
oxycodone. on their
everyone's
phone.
enlightened. Everyone's on the same page for this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So this is a sim.
Do not play Fuse and Hostage. You will kill the hostage and lose the game for your team.
What
I
does Fuse do?
cannot stress that
He
enough.
shoots bombs through walls.
I'll actually go over it later on when we go into character specifics.
What if the
but,
hostage is a wall?
They
Why
will
would you
not be.
bomb it then?
If he shoots bombs through walls, then it won't hit. And if the hostage is a wall, then it won't hurt hostage.
But what do you do to get
He
through
has
the
to
wall?
He has to
Hurt
stab
the
the wall.
hostage.
Anyway,
He
Okay,
just
anyway.
picks up the wall.
Here's a few Fuse hostage memes to reinforce my point. Again, do not play Fuse during hostage. People will flame you. And I'm not joking.
I like the top left one or top right one.
Yes, we get the cluster charge. We place the cluster charge. We kill the enemy. Nah, we kill the hostage. Okay. Secure area. It's probably the easiest one. Also my favorite. You literally just stand in the area and you win if it's not contested with the pesky little defenders. And that's basically it. Just kill the
Nice.
defenders who
What
are
if-
contesting it and stand in the area for long enough.
The sussy little defender.
How long?
I think it's 15 seconds.
Twan.
Wow.
Isn't
Yeah.
it 2 minute 30 seconds like the round timer, like the
Yeah,
standard
2
round
minute
timer?
30 is the quick play timer. I think ranked and unranked, it's like 3.5. Don't quote me on that though. I'll have to
I did not
double
know
check.
it was longer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bomb. This is the one that you should pay the most attention to because it's the one that's played the most.
Yo.
And it's also the hardest. So ranked and unranked is only bomb. And compared to the other two game modes where you only have one site to protect, with bomb, there's 2 sites. Sometimes they're even in separate rooms, like across a hallway. There's one map that's really annoying where they're actually on separate floors.
Oh, ew.
So you got to be careful with that. That's one of the reasons why this is the hardest game mode, is because you have to protect 2 sites instead of 1. You could argue that splitting up your team is easier because you can just have a few on one site, a few on the other. Whereas when you have a single site to protect, if you have all 5 people on site and there's like a fuse, you're kind of screwed, right? So it is better for spreading out, but it's still hard because you really have to like manage your resources, right? As a defender, attackers must plant the diffuser and defenders must destroy the diffuser if it's planted. The planting does make a sound, so you can fake plant like in CSGO. And there's a setting where you can hold the interact button instead of pressing it to do an action. So if you stop holding it halfway through, you can stop the action. So you can fake plant that way.
Really quickly, can you like sound out like what it sounds like to fake? Because I don't know what this sounds like.
Well, it's just the
Can you
planting
generate
sound.
the sound with your mouth, please?
Oh, here.
No, I genuinely don't know.
And
how
you
to play
perfected
it.
your bomb.
Who is playing Clash Royale in my class? Out. I want that person out.
Oh yeah, can't you choose where the bomb site is in unranked and ranked?
Yes.
Don't you get to choose? You get to vote like
There's still set spots for it. But contrary to quick play where you're just given the site, you can actually pick which site you want to plant on. The thing is though, in unranked and ranked, if you win a round in one site, you cannot play that site again for the rest of the game.
Oh,
You better make it
that's a
count.
little...
So if you win in one site, you have to pick a different one next time.
Okay, but if you lose in a site, you can
pick it again. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you better make it count.
To the person who asked what the planting sounds like, it's this. It's literally just like typing on a keyboard.
Does it not like beep or anything?
When
you start it?
like a little bit. I don't know.
Can you fake defuse?
Fake defuse? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, you can.
Is it the same noise?
No, it's a different noise, but it's still the same. It still makes a noise, and you can still hear it from like a decent distance. Where were we at here?
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
My question is,
Can I get the sauce for the top left image?
No. Can you plant after the time is out? Like if you're mid-plant and then the time runs out, can you continue planting?
So you can't obviously plant after the timer runs out, but if it's literally the last second, and you start planting, the game will give you time to finish the plant. But the second you stop planting, even if you like release the interact button, you lose. So if you start planting and the timer runs out, you have to finish planting or else you lose.
So basically, regardless, if you're in the room at like 1 second left, just plant
Just
even if
start
they're right in front of
planting.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have better chances of planting and having it go off than, not planting and shooting at the person and then not killing them and losing.
Okay.
And I already said this, but I'll say it again. It is the hardest game mode for defenders, and I would even say the same for attackers. It's probably the hardest game mode in the game. There's so many operators to choose from. How do I know who's good? They're all good except for Warden. He's fucking trash. Don't play Warden.
What does he do?
He's basically Glaz but defender, but he doesn't get a sniper, so he can see through smoke, but only when he's standing still.
Oh.
And that's it. That's his gadget.
Oh,
It's like these glasses.
Who's the shortest?
Ying. She's 5'3".
Who's the tallest?
Why are so many of them 5'10"?
I don't know. I guess it's just
Average
average
height.
It is. Isn't the average height for men?
I guess so.
That's
Wait,
about six.
Wow.
Who's the tallest? Who's the
I
tallest?
am taller than the majority of Rainbow
6'5".
Six characters.
Damn! Oh my god, he's a Giga Chad.
Yeah.
Why is Lion over there crouched at 6'1"?
I don't know. He has his scooter
Line's just fucking
thingy.
short.
Scooter? What?
There's plenty of operators, each with their own unique playstyle. Some are hard pushers, some are roamers, some are stealthy, and some are recon ops. Ops can have a speed value between 1 and 3 and an armor value between 1 and 3. And the way it works specifically is if you have a 1 speed, then they're going to be 3 armor. If you have a 3 armor, they're going to be 1 speed. And there's also some ops that are 2 and 2. Don't play Warden. He fucking sucks. You will be flamed. Yes, there is a meta that changes all the time with every patch, but it barely ever matters until you get to diamond rank and beyond. So for the most part, just pick a character that you like to play and that you enjoy their gadget.
Cool.
Okay, I'm kicking Will from this fucking call
Yeah,
because he's
dude, the
disrupting
fuck's
my
playing
class.
Geometry Dash.
What?
Who is the one playing Geometry Dash? I am 100% betting
It
it's
was
Will.
Will.
Who is that?
It was Will.
That is
It's
you.
not me.
is that?
It's not me.
Well,
It's
you
I
not
not
you,
could
me.
Will.
It is
see
not.
your
It is
mic,
not
Will.
me.
I could
Ryan,
see
you have
your
permission
mic.
to
No.
kick him.
I
Yeah,
bet.
no.
I bet.
But you get
Kappa
one more
does-
chance,
no.
Will, or else I
Yeah.
send you to Gay Baby
No,
Show.
to prove that it's not me, quiz me on anything that was said in this class.
Oh no, I don't
Who's-
doubt that you've been listening. I just don't want you disrupting the
Others.
class.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're disrupting
disrupting.
others,
You are
dude.
disrupting
I
the
didn't
class.
mention anything because of the noise of Geometry Dash.
Yeah, all the information I just learned has been erased from my mind.
It's literally gone.
Thoughts-
You
with
stole
thoughts of
the
Geometry
information
Dash.
from me.
I think Warden is the best operator.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Oh my
I'll play
God.
Warden next game, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
well,
the
I
best.
won't be playing with you then, Kurt.
Oh.
But didn't you just say in your PowerPoint that?
I'll
he was the
play
best?
against you,
He's the
Xander.
worst character.
Okay, just I forgot all that knowledge because Will was playing
Okay,
Geometry
okay.
Dash. My
I was not.
Stop denying it.
Alright.
Own up.
whatever,
gonna-
whatever. Just keep going.
We're gonna get into the op specifics. I'm
The
not
meat
gonna
and
go over
potatoes.
every single operator because there's just too many and it would take too much time. So I'm gonna go over the important
and
ones,
potatoes.
the ones to
Okay.
look out for as a defender and as an attacker. Part of being good at this game is game knowledge, which is knowing the different operators' gadgets, so you know what to look out for. So for the attackers, so look out for these as a defender. Fuse. He shoots multiple grenades. There's
nasty.
5 total on the opposite side of a soft or hard surface, although when he does a hard surface, it has to penetrate it first, so it takes a little longer and it makes almost like a cutting noise. It is remote activated, so he can plant it on the wall, run away, and then press the button to activate it later. So they can do a planned push with it. It goes on floors or walls, also on barricaded doors, castle doors, pretty much anything other than a ceiling because you can't really reach it. It shoots in a circle pattern around the placement, so it's never directly behind or underneath it. It'll shoot around it, though. And so I have the sound for this, so if you hear the sound and it's loud, you fucking run away. Everyone can hear this?
I
That's
didn't because of Will. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, I'll play it again. Okay, here.
It's a pretty.
This is
scary
the
sound.
fuse sound. If you hear this and it's fucking loud, run, because you are about to die. Everyone got
Sorry.
that?
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I did not hear the very, very beginning of it.
You don't really need to. It's pretty much quiet.
Okay.
The beginning of it was just him putting it down sound. That one's less important. It's really just the boom, boom,
Shooting?
boom, boom,
Okay.
boom. Yeah, that.
Dun.
Oh, okay. I thought that like
Shut
once
up.
you hear that, it's already too late. That was
No.
my kind of thought.
The other
Okay.
thing, though, is that if it's a soft wall, it won't work on hard walls because you can't shoot through them, obviously. But if they plant it on a soft wall or even a doorway, you can shoot the gadget before it's done shooting the grenades, and it'll only shoot like 1 or 2.
Wait, he can shoot. He can put it vertically. I mean horizontal. Wait, no, vertically.
He can put it on walls or on floors.
Damn, I've never
Yeah.
seen them use it on
So
wall.
I
you
got
can
fucking
go-
murked
You
by
can go
one.
to the floor above and place it on the floor, and it'll do
That
the
I'm
room below
used
you.
to, but the
Or
wall,
you can
no.
put it on a wall, and it'll do it on the other side of the wall.
Damn, okay.
This guy's kind of
I
nasty.
did not know you could destroy them through walls.
Yes.
Like,
So
if you
if
shoot
only
them-
if it's a soft wall, though. If it's a soft wall,
yeah, that
obviously
makes
you can
sense.
shoot it.
Yeah.
If it's a hard surface,
Can you do that for
then-
breaching charges?
Yes, you can.
You
Oh,
can-
and another thing is if you play mute, if you
Sean,
put it up
please
against a
stop
wall,
yelling.
then it not only does it cancel drones, but it also cancels any electronics. So breaching charges, fuse, any gadget that goes on a wall, even Ying, mute will prevent that from happening. It'll say, like, there's a jammer nearby, you cannot place this.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty useful.
That is useful.
So yes, fuse is annoying, but he has his counters.
Okay.
Neat.
Alrighty, we'll move on to the next one. Everyone's comfortable, understands fuse?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, Maverick. He can cut holes in reinforced walls or soft walls if he so decides, to shoot through with his flamethrower. The flamethrower is the actual gadget. It has basically no range, so unless you're point blank, you're not going to die from it. He actually has to swap back to his gun before he can start shooting. So if you see a hole being cut, you should immediately shoot through it before he can. It is practically silent, so he is a stealthy character, so you have to be careful, keeping half an eye out on your reinforced walls, because you could be camping an angle and then all of a sudden you're getting shot from a wall that's at your back, right? It ignores electrifying effects, so Bandit and Kaid will not work against Maverick, because he can stand from like a 1 foot distance and still cut the hole in it, so he will not be taking electric damage, and yet he can still cut holes in it. Holes work both ways, and I cannot emphasize that enough. If you see a Maverick hole, he's not the only one who can shoot through it. You can shoot back. So try your best, do what you can, and be careful. Does everyone understand Maverick?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, these ones I all clumped together because they're all shield ops. So Montang, Fuse, Blitz, and Osa. Shields are annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I can tell.
Holy shit. They're indestructible. They're completely bulletproof. Yeah, Among when they're crouched, their legs are covered by the shield as well, with the exception of Montang, because his whole gadget is he has a full body shield.
But that's only when he like fully deploys
so
it, right?
I'll talk about Montang for a sec. Montang is the same as all the other shield ops. He just has a regular shield, but when he uses his gadget, it unfolds into the full body shield. So he can't hold a weapon when he's doing it. It's a two-handed thing. But when he takes it down, it's just a regular shield. It's not full body, so you can shoot his feet, you can shoot his head if you can see it. And he'll have his pistol out. I say stunned, but it's really just like a 1 second animation of their shield being like moved, but you can melee them, or if you have an impact nade or a nitro cell, you can use it on them and they'll be temporarily stunned for about a second. It's an animation where they cannot perform any actions, and also the shield will temporarily not cover a portion of their body, so if they're right in your face, you can melee them and then shoot them. And you're usually guaranteed a kill. So if they're right in your face, use a melee or explosive.
Also, do they have a gun?
Yes. So when they are holding the shield and when Montang is not in full body mode, they have a pistol. They can't hold their full weapon, obviously, because you're holding the shield with one hand and the pistol in the other.
So it's like
also for balance reasons. But they can still, like, when you ADS with the shield out, your pistol sort of goes on top of the shield. So you're still shielded and you can still shoot.
Okay. Who's the best in your opinion?
Best shield op?
Yep.
I'm still experimenting with Osa, but I would say in my opinion, it would either be Osa or Montang. Simply because Montang is annoying as fuck, and Osa is a clear shield that she can put down on the ground. Like, it's basically a mobile deployable.
What about the electric one?
The electric one? She's a defender. We're going to go over that after.
Okay.
I'm going over attackers first. Although I will say she's the most annoying one.
Would one really go as a shield? Like, would one rush in with Fuse as a shield?
Most Fuse players don't take shield. Fuse is the only one who has an optional shield. The other ones are their gadgets. But Fuse just has a general riot shield as one of his selectable primaries. He can also go AK, which is what most people do as Fuse.
Okay.
He's the only character like that. So when they have their shield out, shoot for the head or their feet, because their feet will be exposed if they're not crouched. And the head part of the shield is thinner and it's like less wide, so you have an easier time with a possible hit. And if it's a headshot, it's a one hit, right? So aim for the head or feet if you can. Osa specifically, her shield is deployable, so if she's behind it, wait for her to peek above it, because what 90% of Osa players do right now is they will crouch behind the shield, and then they will pre-fire and then stand up when they're looking at you. So you just wait for them to peek up, and the second they peek up, you headshot. That's probably the only way to take care of it. Either that or you just move. Everyone understand shield ops? Any questions,
concerns,
comments?
They're like fully indestructible?
Yes.
Even while placed down?
The shields are. Osa's are not when she places them down. You can destroy them with an explosive, but she's the only exception. Montang, Fuse, and Blitz, their shields are indestructible.
Okay. They can put them down though, right?
No. Osa's the only one who has a deployable shield.
I'm
Everyone
so
else,
stupid.
it's just a carrying shield. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's their primary weapon is the shield. That's basically it.
Okay.
So they won't have an AK, they'll only have a pistol. Okay, Dokkaebi. If you ever get a call from an unwanted person, that's Dokkaebi. Enemies can hear the vibrations of your phone, so they'll roughly know where you are if they're close. It's purely auditory cues. So the vibrations, it's hard to tell to like pinpoint where they are. I should also probably mention that the way sound works in R6 is you will hear things as long as you're in proximity, of course, but you will hear them coming from the nearest entrance. So if there's someone on the opposite side of the door, let's say on your right, and they're placing down a jackal thing, but the doorway to get to that room is in front of you, you're going to hear the sound from in front of you. You're not going to hear it on the wall to your right, if that makes sense.
Weird. Yeah.
It is whack. It's hard to get used to for some people, but that's how the game works.
What happens if there's a hole in the wall?
Then you'll be able to hear them. And usually if they're like close enough to the wall, then you can hear them placing it on the wall right next to you. But for the most part, you'll be hearing sounds coming from the nearest entrance or the nearest doorway, window, whatever, hole.
Okay.
That being said, that counts for vibrations too. So if you're right on the other side of a wall from someone and your phone's vibing, then they will hear you from the doorway, not from across the wall.
Sure.
Basically what I'm trying to say is it's just auditory cues. They won't know your exact location, but they'll be able to hear roughly how many people are nearby. You can hold 5 to cancel a call early, otherwise it'll end after 20 seconds, which is a long time in game.
How long does canceling the call take?
Like 3 to 4 seconds. But
And, like,
when
what
you're
you were-
doing that, you cannot perform any other actions, and the phone covers a decent amount of your screen.
Right. And
So
like
you
you were
wanna make
saying
sure you're
earlier, you can hear you'll hear the sound coming out of a doorway, so you can just tell like which room people are in, but just not where,
More
right?
or less, it's mostly used so that you know if there's defenders nearby, so that if you can push a room, you'll know roughly how many
Right.
people are in there.
Cool.
It's useful for pushes, and that leads me to my last point, or my second last point. She will 90% of the time call before a push, so wait a few seconds, hold an angle while the phone's calling before canceling it, just to make sure that no one's going to peek you the second you call. Like, because the worst thing is when Dokkaebi calls you, and while you're canceling the call, she peeks you and shoots you, and you're dead. That's kind of the whole point of her gadget, and you want to avoid that. So you want to wait a few seconds, hold your angle, do whatever, and once you know that you're safe and you're not being pushed, cancel the call.
Okay, but what if they wait for you to wait?
That
You're
gets into
fucked.
mind games. Won't happen in quick play, even unranked. Even
okay.
like some of the lower ranks, people really don't know how to play Dokkaebi properly. Some people will do that in higher ranks, but I don't know. The more you play, the more you'll understand. The more you'll get good.
Realistically, what rank can we expect to reach as a group?
Right now, I have no idea. I'm hoping for gold.
Is that like good? What's like the good rank? 'Cause I know like diamond in league is like where it gets real, or platinum is where it gets real.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly the same as league. I'll actually pull it up real quick. I know it still goes bronze, silver, gold.
Mm-hmm.
And it uses something similar to LP, where depending on how well you play and depending on your score, depending on if you win or not, you will gain or lose LP, and you will be matched against other people with similar LP. One thing that's nice is if you have like a teammate who leaves, for example, you will lose reduced amounts of LP because you had a leaver on your team. Okay, so I have them here. There's copper, bronze, silver, gold. The majority of players in the game are silver. Hopefully we can make it to gold. Then there's platinum, diamond, and then champions, I think, is the top 100 players.
Damn, all right.
Top 100? Dear God.
Yeah. Oh, and this is a weird thing about the game. Champion players aren't necessarily pro players. Those are two different things. And it's almost like if you watch a pro game and then a champion game, it looks like a different game. There's like some pro players who are unranked.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, last point on Dokkaebi. Once someone dies, she can hack their phone at their dead body to gain access to defender cams. Defenders can still use their own cameras. However, attackers will have priority over them. So if you've ever been on a camera and someone else was using it and you weren't able to use it, that happens when you're dead. Alive players will have priority on cams over dead players. It's the same thing with this, where hacked cams, attackers will have priority over defenders.
Even the dead people?
Oh, yeah,
dead people are the lowest
last
rank.
one.
No, like, so it will go, at that point, it would be attacker, defender, dead people?
Yes.
Okay.
So, for that, and that's for cams inside the building. Obviously, they also have access to their drones. But in addition to that, they will have access to all the cams that have been placed. They'll also have access to the bulletproof cams, any echo cams, vault cams, any operator that has some sort of camera, they will also get access to.
That's a lot of cams.
The downside, though, is they won't be able to use the gadget themselves. So, for example, with a bulletproof cam, you won't be able to use the EMP as an attacker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But everybody on the team can use it, right? Like the
Yes,
cameras?
and they will have priority over the defenders. In fact, I think if someone on the attacker is using a hacked cam and a defender tries to use it, the screen will be blank, or there's going to be like a warning message saying some Dokkaebi has access, whatever.
Okay.
Does everybody understand Dokkaebi? The calls, what to do?
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Are you allowed reporting someone for hacking if they're hacking your cameras?
No. I would say yes, but sadly not.
I hated that laugh. Whoever did that.
Okay, Lion. So, if you've ever seen as a defender, or even an attacker, it goes on both screens, there's a countdown from 3, and then it scans the map for movement. As an attacker, if you have a Lion on your team, you don't have to stand still, because he's not scanning you. But as a defender, you have to watch out for this. So, stand still before the end of the countdown to avoid being spotted. If you are moving after the countdown for the next 2 seconds, you will be spotted and they will have your exact location. It's easy to avoid, so don't be stupid. Lion's been nerfed a bunch and he kind of sucks now, not gonna lie. So
I remember when he was good.
Yeah. Not anymore though.
Nope.
So yeah, just stand still before the timer's done. You'll be fine. Also, I was going to say, in addition to this, just like Dokkaebi, they'll usually use it before a push. So stand still, hold an angle. Don't just look at the floor when you're doing it. Make sure you're not getting pushed. If you're getting shot at, obviously you can move. They already know you're there. It's only a recon gadget. It doesn't do any damage, nothing. So if you have to, you can move to avoid getting shot. But other than that, I would suggest standing still. Honestly, just use your common sense. Everyone get Lion? Not that hard.
Where does this detection come from?
There's actually, if you have a Lion in your game, it's pretty cool. You can look in the sky and there's a huge drone flying above the map.
Oh shit, that is actually cool.
Yeah, it's the Lion drone.
Neat.
Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Nomad. She shoots a knockback thingy that sticks to surfaces, as seen in the image below. It's that thing on the wall. It kind of looks like a goo mine a little bit, but not exactly.
It's like cotton candy.
Yeah, a little bit. It looks like ice cream. Okay, it knocks you onto the floor, and you are unable to perform actions for about 2 seconds. So this ability is very powerful because it can also be shot from her gun. She doesn't have to place it with her hands. So she can place them from a distance. So you have to be wary. It makes a unique but slightly quiet beeping sound. So I'll play the sound now. If you hear this, there's a Nomad trap nearby. So this is what it sounds like. That's the placement sound.
That's spooky, bro.
That's the sound it emits. It's a little quiet, but it's still audible. And obviously, the louder it gets, the closer you are to it, so be careful. This is a very strong ability, so it is one of the ones that you're going to want to look out for the most. It is very annoying to just get knocked back and shot. It's like the worst feeling.
Does it affect teammates?
I think so.
It probably doesn't.
I think it affects Nomad herself, but not her teammates.
It's probably not going to go. It doesn't go off when you.
No, it doesn't go off.
Near
but
it,
if
though.
you're in the area when a defender sets it off, I think you'll also be knocked back.
Oh, okay.
Only Nomad though. I think her teammates will be fine. Don't quote me on that, but I know at least Nomad will get knocked back.
Too late. I already wrote it down. Dude.
Cool. All right.
Bro,
Everyone get it?
Notes?
Yes.
Everyone understands.
Fuck off. You're gonna ask for them later.
T'es un petit cringeleur, toi.
I also, for anyone interested, I uploaded the PDF of this slide in the talking chat on this Discord. So if anyone wants to download the PDF, you may. And I'll be uploading the recording at the end of the session. Sounds good?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, Jackal. He can see footprints with his gadget. They're basically glasses that he can toggle on and off. He can still shoot fully, like use all of his stuff with it on. The only it's barely a downside, but it's like a color shift. So it might be a little harder to see some people. That's about it though. He can see footprints and track down a single person at a time. He can see everyone's footprints, but there's an interact key on the footprints to temporarily show their current location. Leads me to the next point. It reveals the location of that person that he interacts with their footprints 3 times to their team. They are like a few seconds delayed in between each other, and it's less of a like constant track, and it's more of just like a ping, like, oh, he's right there. Oh, in this instance he was right there, and then in this last instance he was standing there, so you can see if they're moving or if they're camping a spot. Oh, go ahead.
Would they be notified of this?
Their entire team is notified. But yes, as a defender, you will see on your screen you've been spotted, you're being tracked by Jackal.
Okay.
It will tell you. It is kind of annoying, but you get over it because just like Lion, he used to be good, but he was nerfed a fuck ton. So he's not that good anymore.
Why all the location tracking operators be nerfed though?
Because they were kind of busted. Just like Cav. Cav's interrogate, the time of the location pings was like reduced dramatically.
Damn.
Because they were just the strongest ops. Okay. I think that's it for attackers. Any questions before we move on? Comments?
Where's Rook?
As I said, I'm not going over every op. I'm just going over the important ones. Rook is in the defenders, but I didn't put him in.
Right. Okay, well, you need a section for Rachel.
Oh, trust me, there's something in here for Rachel. Okay. So we'll move on to the defenders. So look out for these characters as an attacker. Echo. He is my most despised defender of them all, although he's a lot of fun to play as. He has 2 little cancer drones that can literally go invisible on ceilings. So they're like these quadcopters that you can fly around. You get 2 of them, and they're drones, just like any attacking drone, although you're defending. And when you press spacebar, they fly really high up into the sky, and then they stick to any ceiling that they land on. they don't go an infinite height. They'll only go up 2 stories max. So if you are in an opening where it's like 3 stories high as the ceiling, it will not reach. You'll have to find stairs or something.
What happens? Does it just fall back down?
Yeah, it just like jumps up, slows down, stops at its peak, and then just falls down. It doesn't break or anything.
Right.
Once they're on the ceiling, they go invisible. They're very hard to spot, although you can spot them if you're really looking for it. And the cancer cells can shoot stun waves at you. They can shoot 5G rays at you. And basically what it does is it's just like an Ella or Zofia stun where you're like dismembered, you're like confused, the screen is like shaky, you can't really see. If that happens to you, run back the way you came immediately. Because Echo players will sit in a spot right next to their cam, shoot you with the knockback thing or the concussion, and then they'll just push you and you die. It's very annoying. So if you get stunned, turn around, run. Find a hiding spot, do whatever, go back the way you came. Do not push when you're in an Echo stun. You never know or see a drone until it's too late. I say that, obviously that's not true all the time. If you get shot by one, then you'll know an Echo drone is there. And so when you peek that hallway again or whatever, you can shoot it down if you really look for it. Because it's not completely invisible. It'll do like a little like reflective thing. You'll see what I mean when you play the game. If you get stunned, go back the way you came immediately. And last point, fuck this up. I fucking hate Echo and Echo players. They can
I can hear
dick.
it in your voice.
Yeah.
The hatred.
Okay, Malusi.
Maluki.
Malusi, yeah. She shoots 5G rays at you, which slows movement and shakes your screen. It is very annoying because it is bulletproof. So you can't just shoot it with your gun, although you can blow it up. I don't think you can melee it either. I think you have to
Thatcher?
have... Thatcher? Yes, Thatcher's EMP will disable this. I think it just breaks it.
Nice.
Okay.
Wait, is that canon? Like, does she actually shoot 5G rays at you?
No.
No, it is canon. It is.
Long story short, it's just like the meme. It's barbed wire without the wire. And Malusi has 3 of them, so be careful. It makes a quietish sound that can alert her teammates, but it also alerts your teammates, so they'll know not to walk there. Pretty simple. Kind of
Everyone gets to hear how you fucked up.
But yeah. Any questions? Everyone understand?
Yo.
I can continue. Awesome. Goyo. He's had a bunch of updates since the last time I played, so I did my research. He can place gas canisters on soft wall, hard wall, whatever. He can place it on any surface, on a floor or a wall. It's partially blocked by a bulletproof thing, but you can still shoot the canister if you're on the right angle. Gas canisters blow up, so they will have an initial explosion that can instantly kill you if you're too close. And then they will also have lingering fire on the floor and in the immediate area for a good, 20 seconds. I don't know the exact time, but it's a while. If you see a gas canister next to the hostage, do not shoot it. Because
shoot it?
Wait,
do not.
What if
I emphasize do not.
What if you're the attackers? Then can you shoot it?
Okay. I actually wanted to talk about this. Thank you for bringing this up. This used to be the case where people we were abusing Goyo by putting gas canisters right next to the hostage, and then he could just shoot it, and it would blow up. Or no, it was the other way around. Attackers could shoot the gas canister, and since it was Goyo's gadget, it would technically count as Goyo's fault. So the attackers could kill the hostage, and they would win.
That's funny.
And that shit was brokey as fuck. So they updated the champ. Now that's not the case. It's whoever was the person who shot the gas canister will be responsible for the hostage's death.
So, as Goyo, should you just put all your gas canisters around the hostage and hope the enemy team shoots them?
You could do that. That is a valid strat. Although you don't want your teammates accidentally shooting it or setting it off with an explosion.
What if I surround the hostage and then I stand on the gas canister so they shoot at me and then
You
hit
could
the
do
gas
that.
canister
I've
by
seen people
accident
do that
and
before.
blow up and kill them.
The one thing is like you'd be using all your gadgets, so you wouldn't be able to place them elsewhere. But if I were you, I would definitely put one next to the hostage. Like that's a good idea.
A funny little
Ryan
meme.
Goyo
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Goyo's fun. He's the one with the Mira SMG.
Yeah, I already own enough defenders though. I actually have like a few defenders I like playing.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Also, so wait, these don't blow up any other way. It's not like a C4 where he can like detonate it. He has to shoot. They have to be shot.
But Goyo can set it up in a way where only he can see the angle, and when someone walks in front of it, he can shoot it, and it'll blow up. Right.
Okay.
But he can't activate it just by pressing a button.
Yeah. Okay.
And the fire goes both ways. It will damage friendlies and enemies.
Alright.
Alibi. This one's fun. She can place up to 3 copies of herself as holograms. They will not be moving, though. They'll just stand still, look straight. If you shoot a hologram, your position will be exposed for a few seconds. Similar to like Jackal, where it's not a constant location. It's just a few pings. Holograms won't move, so if you're looking at an alibi and they're not moving, then don't shoot it because your shit's gonna be exposed. Good alibi players will pretend to be their holograms, and then you'll just walk by them, and then they'll turn around and shoot you in the back. So you got to be careful. One thing that gives it away though is obviously for them to be holograms, they have to have a projector, right? So the projector is at their feet. Specifically in between their feet. There's going to be like a line, like a black line that goes in between her left and right foot. If you see that, you'll know it's a fake. You can actually shoot the projector. It's a little janky sometimes. Sometimes when you shoot the projector, your location will be exposed. Sometimes it won't. So just keep half an eye out when you're destroying them. You can also melee them. You can shoot them, explosion, whatever. You basically want to find the real one and shoot the projector between the feet to destroy the holograms. Make sense? Everyone understand alibi? She is an annoying one because good alibi players will also throw the holograms outside and it'll count as having a
enemy outside.
Yeah, so you'll get the message saying there's an enemy outside, but it's a hologram. So if you shoot it, your position will still be exposed.
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
Maestro. Homie got that bulletproof laser cam. That's basically what it is. His cam can also be hacked by Dokkaebi. It is a bulletproof cam. However, if he is shooting you with the laser, there's like a little bulletproof glass door that has to open for the laser to work. So he can use it either as a bulletproof cam or as a laser cam, but not both. So if he's lasering you and you see the doors are open, then you can shoot it. And regardless if it's open or closed, obviously you can't shoot it, but you can still blow it up. I don't think you can melee it, though.
What does the laser
do? Can you crack
do?
the glass on it like mirror shields and bulletproof cams?
Say that again, Ryan?
Can you, like, you know how when you melee a mirror shield, like a mirror or a bulletproof cam, it breaks the glass and makes
No,
it they
you
can't
cannot do that.
Okay.
Maestro's, like, you can't break the glass. You might be able to break the glass, but at that point he can just open it and like.
Then you can shoot it if he wants to.
Yes, you're correct. Don't quote me on that though. I'm not sure if you can melee it. I'll have to look into that. Basically, Angelo, to answer your question, the laser, it's just a really low damage, like, hit scan, basically. He has infinite shots, and if someone's down and he can see them on the camera, then he can kill them. He can finish them. That's sort of its main use. Also, if someone's low health, the last few lasers will kill him. You can also use it to destroy drones if you see them on the cam. Things like that. It's just a low damage hit scan.
Does it give you vision? Like, besides the fact that it's an actual camera.
Yes.
Like, it without scanning or anything. Shooting them with the laser, would they give your teammate
it wouldn't
vision?
Ping anything. You would still have to hold X to scan or ping with Z.
Okay.
Or you could communicate it over mic. Whatever floats your boat.
Now they're making
Wait,
him watch.
Xander, can you explain this image here with the pizza?
Oh, so Maestro and Alibi are Italian.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sort of what this image is.
Oh, this is torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what that is.
I see. Okay.
And of course it's Cav holding him up to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, Mute and Mozzie. I sort of combine them together, even though they're separate ops, and Mute can do more than just take over drones. I still sort of lump them in the same thing.
Mute?
What? No.
Is Mute?
Actually, he might
No,
be.
he doesn't
I'm
say
not
anything. Yeah, I don't think
I'm
he has
not that
voice
big
lines.
into the lore. He might be.
No, I think he doesn't have voice lines or anything.
No,
Isn't
he
he
doesn't.
Australian?
Yeah.
Also, in the image, that's not Mute. That's Sledge. I just realized that.
Yeah, that's Sledge, and the other
Maybe
one's
it's by
fucking
these
Mozzie.
giant sledgehammer he has.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so I'll go over Mute first. He can disable nearby drones with his jammers. He can also, on top of disabling drones at the start of the round, you can pick them up and move them to disable ordnance and hard breach gadgets, like I was talking about earlier with Fuse. So you can put them up against hard walls or soft walls if you don't want people to breach that.
them.
The one downside to doing that, though, is if the enemy team has a Thatcher, he can EMP nade the other side of the wall, and it will disable it temporarily.
Cool.
Jammers can also be shot. They're not bulletproof. You can melee it. You can do whatever. Mozzie has a similar gadget. He takes over drones. This one, instead of disabling them and just shooting them, he can actually take them over and use them for the defending side. So you can have a controllable drone and move it around. It can be shot directly at a drone or be placed as a trap. So he has a bit of like not a slingshot, a crossbow that shoots the little hacker homies, the spiders, as most people like to call them. And they can,
homies.
yeah, so you can shoot them on the ground, and then if a drone comes nearby, it'll like hop onto it, or you can shoot it directly at a drone and it'll immediately capture it. You only get 3, but I mean that's 3 out of 5 drones in the setup phase, so that's pretty good if you ask me. And it
nuisance.
looks like a tiny spider on the ground. Again, you can shoot it. One thing is if you're a Twitch drone and you see it in front of you, you can shoot the Twitch thing at it before you go into the room. But obviously you'll have to spot it. Sometimes that's pretty hard.
Also, if you take over a Twitch drone, do they get to shoot you with the thing?
Yes, if you take over a Twitch drone, I think you can also take over a Flores drone.
Oh shit.
So yeah.
What does that do? Does it just explode it?
Maybe. I think it resets the timer. So you're
and
still
just,
set to 10
disables it or
seconds, but
something?
he can control it before it blows up.
Wait, do Flores drones have a timer from the second you deploy them?
Yes, they have a 10-second timer, although you can click to plant it early.
Right.
Yeah. But after the timer, regardless, it will plant itself and blow up after 3 seconds.
Okay, cool.
Okay, everyone understand Mute and Mozzie? The drone meisters?
The
Yes.
drone meisters.
Cool beans. We're getting through this pretty quick. Okay.
That Vector?
Yep. You just got vectored, dude. Okay, so Mira has bulletproof one-way windows. If you ever see like a black horizontal bar on a reinforced or soft wall, what was that, Kurt?
I said that's who that person is?
Yes, that's Mira.
Yeah.
Fuck
Hashtag
her,
best
dude.
defender. I love Mira.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
my god.
Bulletproof one-way windows. So if you ever see like a black bar on a soft wall or hard wall, they can see you, but you can't see them. Always assume that there's a mirror behind a black bar on a wall, because you never want to be caught off guard. If you know there's no one in the room, then obviously you can go in, but you want to make sure first. Like, drone it out, do whatever, kill the people in the room, whatever you got to do. Make sure there's no one behind it before you push it. There's a red canister on the window side, not on the front side, on the window side, that can be shot, and it'll destroy the window completely. And destroyed mirrors leave a hole in the wall, so it's basically just like a breach at that point where you can shoot 2 ways, you can see 2 ways. There's nothing there anymore. What you can do as an attacker as well is if you're in melee range, you can go up and melee the window and it'll crack, just like the bulletproof cam, so they won't be able to see through it anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a quick tip. As Maverick specifically, we went over him earlier. You can use the flamethrower on the hard breach side to pop the canister. Because it melts through the wall, and you can melt the canister, and it'll pop the window open. Does that make sense? No one said anything, so I'm a little worried you guys don't understand.
I'm deep in comprehension right now.
Okay. What was that, Angelo?
I'm a little confused.
Okay. Do you want me to go back to Maverick to show you his the holes?
No, not Maverick.
Oh, here, you know what? I'll pull up an image of a Mira window real quick. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the front, from the outside. Yeah. So obviously you can't see in. This is what it looks like from the inside, with the exception as you can see through this middle part. This is the red canister. If you shoot this from the inside, it'll completely blow out this window. So there will be a hole in the wall. Let me see if I can find a good example. This is what it'll look like from the inside.
It's just a window, right? Like
it's a one-way window. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is bulletproof as well.
She can shoot through it now.
Nope. You can't shoot through it. Although good Mira players can set it up on a soft wall, so you can see through the soft wall, but they can't. And if someone walks in front of you, you can just line up your shot with them and then uncrouch and just shoot above the mirror and since it's a soft wall, you can shoot through it. So you can do some pretty sexy wall bangs like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Let's see if we can find a hole in the wall real quick. No. And I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. This whole thing, when you shoot the canister, will just completely be removed. It's just going to be a hole in the wall.
Okay.
So using the Maverick flamethrower from the other side, from this side, you could use the Maverick flamethrower right here and pop the canister from the other side.
Can you shoot through that spot too and also pop it, or just the flamethrower? In this
specific circumstance, no, because it's a reinforced wall.
Okay.
You would be able to, although it would be really hard to set up that angle because there's like metal underneath it, and it would have to be set up pretty high, or you would have to get really low to shoot it. Maverick's the best way to do it, or just shoot the canister when you're on the other side.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Are there any questions or concerns before I continue, class?
No. Thank you for returning to that topic.
Okay. Capcan and Frost. So these are the annoying trap defenders. So I'll go over Capcan first. He has been nerfed, so his trap's no longer one shot. They're door mounted and only door mounted. I should say door mounted.
Windows.
But you can put them on windows too. Yeah, but you can't put them just like on a random soft wall or on the floor.
Isn't it anywhere you can put a barricade, right?
Yes, anywhere you can put a barricade, you can put a Capcan trap. They're door-mounted claymores, basically. The lasers are practically invisible, but you can spot the claymores before walking through if you're careful enough, and if you're looking out for it, of course. They can be shot to be destroyed. They won't blow up if you shoot them. They'll just break. It only deals 40 damage, one of them.
What?
However, he can put more than one in a single doorway. So if you're not careful, if there's 3 in a doorway and you don't shoot any of them, you could get one shot. So just be careful, keep an eye out. Basically it for Capcan. If you get hit, it's not the end of the world if you're full health. You're chilling. Frost, she's the one with the bear traps. Bear traps are very annoying. Sometimes they can be hard to spot. They're literally just bear traps. They'll down you. They won't instantly kill you. But if Frost is nearby, which she usually is, she can just peek you and kill you while you're down. You can be revived if your teammate somehow clutches and saves you. You can be revived and your teammate can help you remove the bear trap. It's highly recommended to shoot it before you step on it. It sounds simple. In actual practice, it's not that simple because good Frosts will be able to hide them well. Some Frosts will put them behind deployed shields. So if you vault the shield, you'll step on a trap. Another good spot is underneath windows. So if you come in a window, obviously you can't see the floor underneath the barricade. So a lot of the times you won't see it until it's too late. So my advice for that is, if you know there's a Frost, even when there's not a Frost, it's not a bad habit. It's a good habit to get into. When you're jumping in a window, it plays like a good 1.5 second animation while you're vaulting, but you can still shoot while you're vaulting. So when you're entering the window, before you put your feet on the ground, do a quick scan of the floor. Make sure you're not about to step on a bear trap. If you are, you can shoot it during the animation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. Again, always, I just covered this. Always look at the floor before entering a window. If it's not, it's your life, dude. Do what you want. Okay. Caveira. She roams the map like a little bitch, even though she's a defender. You will never find, unless they're a really bad Cav player, you'll never find them on site. They'll always be on the opposite side, on the floor above, floor beneath, whatever it is. They will be elsewhere than the site. Her pistol is brokey. It's permanently suppressed and always downs before a kill. So she can use her gadget, which is the interrogation. She can interrogate a downed victim, which she can get from her pistol, and temporarily reveal the location of the rest of the team. And this one is not a ping. It is a constant location for a few seconds. So if you get interrogated, let your team know so that they won't just do a stupid push and get shot at immediately.
Question.
Yes, go for it.
Can only she see the rest of the team, or is it her whole team?
Her whole team can see that constant ping for a few seconds.
Okay.
That's what makes her so powerful.
When you say that people who are getting interrogated should tell their team, are you insinuating that the team will not be able to know if they were found?
Yes.
So the team will not know that they have been interrogated?
I think you get a notification, but I don't think it specifically tells you that it was an interrogation. It'll say you're being tracked, but it won't say by who or what caused it.
Okay.
So just communicate with your team. Probably the biggest thing in this game is teamwork and communication. The one thing is, while she's interrogating, it's like a good 2 to 3 second animation. So if your teammate's down and they say she's interrogating, you can do a quick peek and shoot her before she finishes the interrogation. Not only will that prevent the ping, but you'll also have the chance to revive your teammate.
Okay.
And she's a quiet bitch. The other part of her gadget is she can do something called silent step, which is when she has her pistol out, her footprints are silent. Even when she's sprinting, you can hear it a tiny bit, but it's a lot quieter. So you gotta be careful.
That has nothing to do with what's his face?
Jackal?
Lion?
Lion? No. If you're moving with silent step and Lion uses his gadget, you'll still be revealed.
Okay.
Lion will scan for movement and purely movement, not sound.
Okay.
Everyone understand Cav? She's kind of a bitch defender. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
Okay, Clash. Fuck Clash. She is permabanned in ranked, and I am not lightly coding that. Even in pro play, she is always banned by either team. She is that strong. She was completely removed from the game for a little bit so that they could work on her and make her not broken, and they added her and she was still broken, and she still is to this day. She's just a Montang on the defending team, so she has a full body shield, not to mention the fact that it is clear, so if you have a teammate behind it, they can see through the shield. Similar to an OSA shield where you can just line up your shot and then quickly peek around it and pre-fire. Oh, and also the shield does a ranged shock that slows and deals damage. The range
Fuck
isn't
this
that
bitch.
crazy, but it's like the length of a room, roughly. So if you're across the room from her, she can still shock you. She yells and is angry like Aatrox all the fucking time. She's just a bitch defender. She's British, so you have all the rights to make fun of her. I do not play this champ simply because she's just too cancer. Like, she's just that bad. If you see a clash, just honestly walk away. Like, the melee trick and the explosion trick does work with her. So if she's up in your face, you can melee the shield and she'll have the temporary stun and you can shoot her. Although I will say the shock is annoying because it slows you and distorts your vision a bit. And when there's a clash, there's usually a teammate behind her ready to shoot. So be careful. Don't engage a clash without like 2 to 3 people. That's about it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Kaid and Bandit. They both have a very similar gadget. Does basically the same thing. They can both electrify reinforced walls. Electrified walls can destroy gadgets and equipment and deals damage to ops who walk close and basically anything that touches it. So electrified walls, you can't use a hard breach gadget. You can't use a fuse gadget. You can't use an ace gadget. The only exception to this is Maverick, as we went over, because he can do it from a bit of a distance, and it's just a flame. Nothing's going on the actual wall. EMPs can disable the effect for some pogger plays. So if you have a Thatcher on your team, you can throw a Thatcher, and then a Thermite or Ace could do a hard breach on that wall while the EMP's down.
If the grenade hits the wall, will it be destroyed?
The electrifying
It's
thing?
the Thatcher grenade. If you
only
throw
if
the
it's on the
Thatcher
same
at the
side
wall
of the
and
wall.
it hits it, will it be disabled? Will it be destroyed by the
Only
electricity?
if it's on the same side of the wall. If the Kaid or Bandit trap is on the other side of the electrified wall, it won't destroy it, but it'll still temporarily disable it for like a good 10 seconds.
But no, I mean, will the Thatcher grenade be destroyed by the electricity if it makes contact with the wall, or do you have to like throw it on the floor in front of it?
No, you can throw it at the wall. I think because when it will get shocked by it, but I think when it gets shocked, it'll still blow up and do the EMP effect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
These ops are pretty common. Because they are pretty strong. You can just completely fortify a wall and barely have to worry about it. They're nice to have. They're fun characters. That's about it.
What about wait, hold on. Can you what else can be electrified? Like
you can electrify reinforced hatches.
Only with Kaid probably though.
Yes, only with Kaid. Since bandit traps have to be placed on the floor
in
front of the reinforced
you could
wall.
have to fortify it from the top, but that's just pointless.
In my opinion, Kaid is the better one of the two. Even though he's a 3 armor 1 speed, Bandit's the opposite. He's a 3 speed 1 armor. Mm-hmm. Kaid has some good guns, although Bandit has some great guns. Although Kaid's gadget, in my opinion, is better. Bandit has 5 of the traps, and Kaid only has, like, I think it's 2?
2, yeah,
But Kaid can place 1 gadget for 3 walls, is the max efficiency.
A cheat.
Technically, you can electrify more, but usually the rooms are so awkward that you usually cannot get.
No, I think it's for every room, regardless of the size of the.
No, that's what I mean. Like you can get 3, but if there's like a weird, some rooms have like stupid weird like
2.
corners or like spacing where it kind of can fuck you up sometimes.
Is he that wide in game?
No, sadly. I wish, dude. He'd be such an easy target.
No, he just has like a million health.
Pro players play in a 3x4 aspect ratio because characters look wide like this and they're easier to spot. I'm not joking. Pro players play in a 3x4 ratio.
It's like the fucking wide walking.
Literally.
Why is this game so like stupid like that? Like turn your shadows off. Play in a fucked up aspect ratio.
Yeah. It's just because you can see people better, dude.
That's so stupid. I'm gonna switch to that. Hold up, let me fuck with the
3x4 ratio. You can fuck with it in game, I think.
Yeah, let's go. All right, I'm gonna start playing in 3x4, boys.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Nice.
The more you play, the more you learn. Pretty simple.
Very true.
But it's very true for this game. The more you play, the more specifics you'll learn. The more gadgets you'll learn. The more map knowledge you'll have. The more gun knowledge you'll have. The more game knowledge, which will make you a better player. We're going to go over some quick equipment and ordnance. This goes for both attackers and defenders, and also I think I missed a few, but I went over the important ones. So, Bulletproof Camera. It is bulletproof. It can be meleeed to destroy the lens, and they can't see, but they can still hear.
Meleeed.
It has an EMP shot. I think it's an infinite amount, although there's a cooldown. And it can be blown up. Obviously, you can't shoot it, but you can blow it up. Deployable shield. This one's for defenders. It can be snapped to a wall or doorway. I mean that in the sense that like you don't have to perfectly line it up to get it next to a wall. It will just automatically snap itself to be right next to the wall, so there's no crack. Doorways are the best for this because you can just put it right in the doorway and it'll snap to the middle of the doorway, which is very nice. But it doesn't have to. You can just place it literally anywhere on the floor. It is bulletproof, but it can be blown up. Barbed wire. It slows and makes noise to the enemy team. It does not damage, which is kind of odd, but it doesn't. It's only for noise and the slow. And it can be destroyed with 2 melee hits or explosions. And quick
it can do damage if it's electrified.
Yes. I forgot to mention that. I was going to, though. Bandit and Kaid, if their electrifying gadgets are close enough, the other thing they can electrify is barbed wire.
Yeah. It's good because it destroys drones that go through it, too.
Yes, that's why it's so useful. It can be destroyed with 2 melees or explosions. And when I say 2 melees, you don't have to be in it to melee it. You can just crouch and hit it before you even walk in. Although it still will make noise when you're meleeing it, as if you're walking through it. And it obviously can't be shot. It's fucking barbed wire. Am I going too fast? Everyone?
No, these are very easy to understand.
Yeah, they're pretty simple. That's why they're not gadgets, right? Hard breaches and soft breaches, I put them in the same one. Basically the same thing. The hard breach activates immediately, and it can destroy soft or hard surfaces. And the soft breach is remote detonated, so you could set it up for a play, and it can destroy only soft surfaces, or in the image, any barricades, like windows, doorways, etc. The soft breaches work on castle walls as well.
There's a size difference too in the hole they make, I think.
Yes. So the soft breach in a soft wall will make a huge explosion, but the hard breach is a fixed size and it's pretty small. So if you're using a hard breach,
it's like crouchable.
You wanna place it near the floor. Actually, not even. You can put it at standing distance and you can vault in.
Yeah. That's true.
But you can't just walk. If you put it on the ground, you can't walk through. You'll have to crouch to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Impact nades and regular nades. Again, makes sense why I lump them together. Impacts blow up on impact, of course. They can't be cooked. Does small amount of damage, but they're good for blowing up soft walls, especially in bomb, where if both of the bombs are in rooms adjacent, you can use an impact nade to blow up the soft wall between them, so you have easy access.
Do any attackers get impact nades?
No, impact nades is for defenders. Regular nades is for attackers.
Cool.
What the fuck kind of grenades you making in the fucking kitchen?
True. So the regular nades can be cooked into a delicious meal. You can hold
shrapnel.
them. Yeah, shrapnel.
Delicious.
You can hold them in your hand to cook them, which means you can wait for the timer to go down and throw it right before it blows up. That is recommended, so long as you know that the timer is 5 seconds. You do not want to be holding the grenade when it blows up.
Will it just kill you?
Useful thing, yes, it will.
Can you like suicide bomb people like running at them with a cooking
teammates with that? People get immediately banned because not only did you kill yourself, but you also killed a teammate, and since you killed 2 people in a match, you get kicked.
Damn.
but you can suicide bomb enemies as well if you really want
All right,
to.
let's go.
One useful thing about regular nades is you can use the scroll wheel to put it away if you cooked it too long or if you decided you don't want to throw it anymore. You can use the scroll wheel or swap weapons to just put it back in your pocket as if you put the pin back in. It'll cancel the cook. It won't drop it where you are, and you'll get it back, basically, so you can use it again. They can one-shot. They do a lot of damage, but they're not good anymore for destroying walls. They used to be. They used to make huge holes in walls and blowing up hatches. They still can blow up hatches, but you have to get them right on the hatch. And if you blow up a soft wall, it's not going to be big enough to crawl through. Like, I don't even think you could prone through it.
Damn.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. They're nades, dude. Alrighty. This is the last little bit. I know it's been long. It's been almost
About
an
an hour.
About an hour, yeah. We're going to get into the general tips and tricks, and then we can get to gaming.
Yeah. I think I don't know if Louis realized he's been muted this whole time, but
No, he's probably listening like a good student.
yeah, fuck you.
Is he really a good student if he doesn't ask questions?
I mean, that's a good
Really
point.
think about it.
He hasn't been asking any questions. He better
His
be
knowledge
fucking
is-
performing.
His knowledge is lesser.
No, maybe he already knows
Lesser.
all of this.
Okay, but
True,
if
yeah.
that's the case, then he better fucking demonstrate that when we play.
It's true.
Okay.
And, I mean, my last few games with him, he was not demonstrating that. 0 kills twice in a row.
He plays controller, dude. Give him some slack.
I
He
give him.
does? I thought that was a joke.
No, he genuinely
No,
plays
he actually
controller.
does.
Because
Oh,
he used to play on Xbox.
Yeah, but
alright,
I don't know.
whatever.
I'd consider playing on controller.
I would no.
Maybe on a
do not.
console.
No, it's just because I can like lean back, just for
Okay.
like comfortability. Like if I'm doing a
This-
custom.
Okay, for custom I can get it, but for this game, dude, PC and Xbox are two different games. I'm not sugarcoating that. Yes, it's like the same mechanics, but when I say the gameplay is completely different, it is completely different. With console, since it's so hard to like aim properly, that one is a lot more run and gun. You can just like run into a room, and if you're good at aiming on console, you can just like 1v5 and just win, right? But with this game, if you run in, it's so easy for someone to just like flick shot you, right? So you really have to hold angles and be a lot more tactical and methodical on PC.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
For reference, I
Louis
played.
chooses it?
Is what?
Does Louis chooses to play on console or on?
He doesn't know keyboard and mouse, but he refuses to learn it.
Oh my god, this guy.
He's staying muted through this whole conversation.
Yeah. I was
He's
gonna say
really like in a no internet zone or something.
it could be.
He's been in there for an hour then.
I was gonna say quickly before moving on, for reference for console versus PC, I was playing with a PlayStation Pro player, who like actually competed in tournaments and did really fucking well, for PlayStation. And he was in my PC lobby, and we were talking over a game chat. And I asked him his PC rank. You want to know what he told me it was?
What?
Gold.
Ooh.
So, I'm not saying that PC is harder, but like PC is much harder. People are really good on PC. So droning. I was gonna make this a whole section, but I decided I don't have enough information to pack into that. And honestly, the best way to learn how to drone properly is to just do it and practice. And use your common sense. That's a big one. Just don't rush into a room if you don't have vision on it. Just like League. Don't go into it like you can if you want to, but it's risky.
Well, it's not always. I mean, you can just assume that if the bomb site is on the other side of the map, if you just jump through like the window on the other side of the map, you'll probably
You never
be
know,
fine.
dude. If there's a cav roaming, they could be camping one of the entrances across the map. Some people
That's
do
sad.
that. Sometimes it's not even a cav. I've seen Malusis.
Some people are just little bitches.
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen Malusis just like go across the map to one of the spawn points, and then they go up to like the 4 main entrances,
Maluki.
put all their traps there, and just camp an angle for the entrance to the building.
Well, those
they'll
people
just catch
should
you
be
off guard.
taken from their homes.
Yeah. So droning is very important. It's basically critical for this game. It's the equivalent of warding in League, basically.
Yeah.
You actually have 2 drones contrary to popular belief. The first one is used during the droning phase, and you have another one in your pocket when you spawn as an actual attacker. If during the droning phase your drone isn't destroyed and you find it, you can actually pick it up and you'll have 2 drones in your inventory. Although that's pretty rare. 9 times out of 10 it'll either get shot or you just want to leave it where it is because it has a good cam angle. When you're playing as an attacker, you can press 6 to throw it, 5 to access the cams, and use your drones a lot, like more than you would expect. Drone a room before pushing if you're unsure someone's camping an angle or not, because the last thing you want is to just walk into a room and have someone immediately kill you because they're camping across the room. You can pick up a drone and throw it again if you want to. Only your own, though. You can't pick up a teammate's drone. Again, drones are very useful. You can jump with spacebar. There's a cooldown on the jump. They are one-shots, so if you drone a room and it gets shot, maybe it's not a good idea to run in. Someone's definitely camping an angle. Makes sense. Any questions, comments, concerns for droning?
I'm concerned
No.
because what is the control ward equivalent of this game?
Twitch drones?
Okay, I will not use Twitch then.
Okay. I don't
Mine's
know,
actually
dude.
like anti-control
Yeah.
ward.
I don't buy control wards in League of Legends. It's a waste of money. You're just giving gold to the
I
enemy
don't think
team.
there's a direct control ward equivalent to this game. I don't think there's like perma cams for the attackers unless you count Dokkaebi hacking a cam.
Maybe Maestro.
Maestro's a defender.
Is a control ward.
Well, I mean, like bulletproof cams and stuff for the defenders are a thing. You could count that
Yeah.
as control wards.
No, I think Maestro's cam is a control ward.
Yeah.
So I will never play Maestro. Or when I do, I will not put his cam down.
Okay. Alrighty. Yellow pings versus red pings. I've heard a lot of confusion about pings in the voice chats, so I want to clarify things. Okay, we're going to start with yellow pings. So yellow pings are when you press Z, when you press the ping button. It does not alert the enemy that they've been pinged, although it's not an exact ping position. It's straight up just where that person was looking when you press the ping button. It could be like next to the person, it could be behind it. You could be pinging a room, but it's not on the person at all. So when you're using the yellow pings, communicate what is on that ping. Because you could be pinging like, I don't know, a broken window. Like there could not be someone, but there could be someone like nearby, right? So you want to communicate that. They can be used when you're using a drone, a cam, or as a person. So you can use it as all 3. I would suggest...
What about when you're dead?
No, you cannot use yellow pings when you're dead. But you can use red pings when you're dead. And I'll get to that in a sec. Yellow pings you want to be using 9 times out of 10 when you can. Because I'll get to red pings in a minute, but red pings alert the enemy that they've been pinged, whereas yellow pings don't. So your camera, drone, whatever it is, will last longer because they don't know that they're being watched. And last but not least, the pings are numbered, just like in CSGO. So at the start of every round, every player's assigned a number, so you know who's the one pinging. So you can be like, oh, I'm 2, or on ping 2. And the yellow ping will actually have a number 2 in it. So you can, if there's like multiple pings on screen and you say look at ping 2, you can search for the ping with the label 2 on it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, red pings. Red pings happen when you scan someone by holding X. Only on a camera. Red pings do not happen when you're playing an attacker or a defender. They can be done in a drone or camera. It does alert the enemy that they've been pinged.
We lost somebody.
Louis
it was
is
Louis.
gone.
Yeah, makes sense. He's probably swapping to his computer. He probably just got home or something.
Yeah, but he said he'd be home in 15 minutes,
Oh,
like
true.
an hour ago.
True, yeah, you're right.
I don't know what the fuck going on.
It alerts the enemy that they've been pinged. They will always be the exact position of that ping, but if they're moving, it's just like the snapshot ping. So it's just where they were when that ping happened.
Right.
The pings don't move with them, of course. Does that make sense? Any questions about red pings?
Nope.
again, use yellow pings when you can, because when you use red pings, they will know that they've been pinged, and they'll usually start looking for the cam that spotted them.
And they can find it easy because it like glows blue at you.
Yes. So even when you're using yellow pings, there's still a chance that you get spotted. But
yeah,
I'd rather be as stealthy as possible, right?
Is the blue glow only when someone is using the camera,
yes,
or just constantly?
Only
okay.
when someone's using, and it's
right.
brighter.
Okay, that's what I've always wondered.
Brighter if they're looking at you.
Right.
So if you're using a cam and someone looks at the cam, you can look away, so it looks like you're not.
Or swap cams even.
Yeah, you can swap cams. Although if they're looking at the camera, chances are they'll shoot it.
Yeah, because it's going to just destroy cameras.
Yeah. And speak of the devil, cams. Use cams as a defender, even if you're alive. I've seen a lot of people never even touch the 5 button, the cam button, until after they're dead, and then they'll start using cams. They're super useful for recon, for pushes. There's always a few cameras outside, although they usually get shot immediately. So if you're on cams when the round starts, you can see where they push from, and sometimes you'll even be able to tell which ops it is, so you can plan a better defense. As we discussed earlier, always use yellow pings, or the Z ping is the default button, or even comms before scanning, because, communication's key. It gives away the cam if you don't. So, again, rather be as stealthy as possible for as long as possible. The blue light in the image... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll say this after.
Okay.
I'm a head up, boys. Night.
All right. Good night, Will. Piece of shit student. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, leaving before the class is even over, kill him.
Okay, the blue light in the image indicates someone that's using the cam. As we discussed earlier, you can see it in the image on the right. It's pretty low res, but it is what it is. Alrighty.
Okay, but I don't like using the cameras when I'm alive because it makes me feel vulnerable and afraid.
I can get that. You should at least, if you feel that way, don't use them once the attack starts, but right when the round starts, you can be looking on cams to see where they're pushing from.
Yeah, because I just hear them, and then just wherever the sound's coming from, I just peek an angle in that direction and just wait.
Yeah, that works too.
The second I look at cams, they're gonna run through the door and kill me.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you want to be doing it. You want to be smart, right? You don't want to be using a cam in the middle of a fucking hallway. You want to be hidden.
What do you mean? That's the best place to use it.
Yeah, I'm trying to maximize my visibility. If I can see them, they can see me, and if they can see me, I can see them.
Very true.
Like baby logic.
You look at the camera screen on your character with the camera, so you create an infinite loop.
I mean, that logic technically applies to this game for the most part, unless you're like peeking someone through a drone hole and you're shooting their feet. If you can see someone's head, then they can see your head. That's the rule. If you can see someone's head, they can see your head.
What if they're blind?
And why the fuck are they playing?
Yeah, what kind of fucking gun operator will be blind?
No, they just have like death mode where like there's a voice that tells them there's a Thatcher to your left.
True.
Descriptive video or descriptive audio.
Hey yo, I mean blind people could play that up.
Yeah.
Be useful. Okay, crouching and drop shotting. These are a bit more advanced. But at least you guys you'll understand it and you'll be like aware of it. So that once you get more comfortable with the game, you could try it out. It is a vital tool to winning gunfights. It's very, very good and very useful. So when you're shooting someone, whether it's across the hallway, across the room, whatever, throw in a few crouches, unless you're holding an angle. If you're holding an angle, you can just keep that angle, don't move. But if you're like in a hallway getting shot, you want to be moving around. Because hitbox displacement is huge in this game. Throw in a few crouches while you're shooting and moving. The more you crouch, the better. Yes, it makes it a little harder to aim, but you get used to it. And then drop shotting is kind of the same thing, but you're using prone instead. It's very useful for point blank fights, but it can also be useful for long range fights as well. Start shooting and then press the prone button. So you'll lie down while you're shooting, and the reason is again because of hitbox displacement. You'll just be lying down. You'll be displacement? You're just it is what it says.
Just moving
you're
your
just
hitbox.
Moving your hitbox.
Okay.
The more your hitbox is moving, the harder it is for the enemy to hit it. Right?
Makes sense.
So drop shotting is really useful because you go from a standing position to a lying down position. So someone's shooting straight and you lie down, their crosshairs will no longer be aligned.
Nice.
Shocker.
Roaming. This is for defenders specifically. Defenders can roam to catch the enemy off guard and even sometimes spawn peek. You only want to have 1 to 2 people roaming at a time, otherwise the site will be underprotected or unprotected completely. Roaming is also dangerous because if they rush site and you're not there, you won't be close and you'll have to run back. And sometimes they can complete the objective before you even get there. That's especially the case for secure area and hostage.
Yeah.
At least with bomb, you'll have time to run back and shoot and defuse. Because that's the only one where they stay. Well, no. With secure area, they stay on site as well, but secure area only takes 15 seconds.
Damn, really? It's only that short?
Yep. Well, it's
That's
15 seconds
crazy.
uncontested.
Ah.
So if there's defenders in the room, then the timer doesn't even start. And if the timer is going and then a defender walks in, the timer's reset. After they die, of course, or leave the room.
Yeah.
Peeking and ADS, I think this is the last slide. Don't ever peek if you know someone's holding the angle. They will win. Obviously, that's not the case all the time, but as a general rule, do not peek an angle if you know someone's holding it. Use a smoke or a flash if that's the case, or you can honestly just run across if you're ballsy. Some people are quirky like that.
What's the best thing to do?
I would say either
Flash.
No, like decide, like if you don't have those. Should you like try another?
I would take an
The safest thing would be to,
route if you can. Sometimes that's not always the case. One thing you could do if someone's holding like a doorway angle, you could hard breach, and then run in from a different spot in the same room. So you could catch them off guard. So they have to move their crosshair before they can start shooting at you.
Okay.
One is you can MLG Pro and make a distraction. So one thing I really like doing is you can like throw a nade across the room and then it blows up unless they see the nade come in. One of the really MLG Pro things is with fuse or any remote activatable gadget. Is you can, especially Habana, you can place it on the wall like the hard breach and then run to a different entrance to the room. So you can hard breach it, and then right when it blows up, you can push in from a different entrance. So they'll think that you're behind the breach that you just set off, but you're not. You're in a different spot in the room. That one's a little harder to pull off, but it's a lot of fun.
Playing checkers.
Literally.
Is Kurt still here?
I think
Yes.
so, yeah.
Okay.
As a general and just like basically the sum of this whole presentation, teamwork and communication wins games, and this shit goes double for fucking Rachel. I swear to God.
Wish she was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna watch this recording. You've been recording.
True.
Man.
Yeah, I have been recording this whole thing.
Rachel, listen to
Like,
me.
Hour and a
If you don't
half.
put the armor down, I'm gonna put you down.
Jesus.
We will be team killing.
Just like the horses.
Oh my God.
So in conclusion and final words, R6 is a really fun tactical shooter that relies on strategy and precision. Now get out there and start honing your skills, boys.
What is that gift that hurts my eyes?
You can't tell what it
Games
says.
tonight, boys.
Do you guys know Meaty Marley?
No.
He's a very famous YouTuber who does Rainbow Six, and he's like good at the game, but he does like meme edits to his videos. They're honestly, if you want to watch R6 content, this is the place to go. It's Meaty Marley.
I'm gonna stick with my what's his face, Curtis? What's his name?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Basically homeless.
You know, no. You know what his name is.
He also
Curtis.
does Siege.
What's his name?
Like I don't
Is the
Don?
meme guy?
meme guy.
No, not the meme
Anyways,
guy.
guys,
The guy who
thank you
always
for
plays
attending
with his
class.
friend.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your
The
attention.
guy who's always making fun of his